favor, don't do me no favor. My niggas is straight, don't hate on me, nigga. Just let me be great. Don't give me no problem, just give me the cake. Save all that drama shit for Ricky Lake.
Save all that drama for Ricky Lake. Yo, what's going on, man? This is a mass hysterical episode. I'm doing it right now as the inauguration goes on. I'm watching the inauguration right now. My girl was like, you shouldn't do it right now. That's going on. It is what it is. This is scheduled. I didn't know exactly what time that was starting. So here we are. I'm just going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Today on the episode, I got the homie Julio Diaz coming through, man. Very funny brother, man. So we're going to hop right into it today, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in on Facebook. Thank you for everybody watching on YouTube. Thank you for everybody watching on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Also, before we hop right into the thick of things, let me throw in a banner. You know what I'm saying? Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Alan Massenberg. You can donate at Alan Massenberg on Venmo. You got Cash App, Alan Massenberg everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You want to buy some merch? That's Mass Hysterical, mass-hysterical.com. You know what I'm saying? Also, I wanted to say thank you to our sponsor, the Culture Collective.nyc. Culture Collective.nyc. Check them out on Instagram. You know, moving the culture forward. You know what I'm saying? And also in February, watch out for their market, their store in Brooklyn. It's going to be over 25 different Black-owned businesses, from accessories to clothing, jewelry, all that stuff. 727 Franklin Ave in Brooklyn. 727 Franklin Ave in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be promoting that, putting that out all month long. So definitely check them out, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, like I said, the inauguration is going on right now. You know what I'm saying? I see the good brother backstage right now. Inauguration going on, you know what I'm saying? But listen, man, before we jump right into that, you know, I got my new segment. Text from my Uncle Donald. Yeah, he's back. My Uncle Donald. Not Donald Trump either. My Uncle Donald, you know what I'm saying? My drunk uncle, you know what I'm saying? Every week he be sending me messages, getting his jokes off. You know what I'm saying? This is his joke for the week right here, y'all. Here's what Uncle Donald texted me. He said, Trump told me to rent out one of my rooms to him. I told him, hell no. When I told him he'll know, he told me he was going to go ahead and get his supporters after me and kick my fat ass. So I moved. You know, they got toothpicks and one cherry on a tree. So to me, that's dangerous. That's it right there. As Uncle Donald, listen, man. I think, like my girl said it last week. She think Uncle Donald, all his jokes and his texts, they're all regarding Donald Trump because he's just mad that they got the same name. And I'm pretty sure that's the case. If my name was Donald Massenberg, I would only have Trump jokes too. You know, you know what I'm saying? But listen, man, this morning I seen Trump hop on Air Force One. I'm pretty sure I seen Melania skipping. She was happy to get out of there. She was like, yes, we're out of here. We're off to see the golf course. She could not wait to go. You know what I'm saying? One of the funniest parts of him hopping on that plane and walking down that runway was after he got on the plane, they started playing the YMCA theme music. YMCA. And I'm like, did Trump pick that music out? Because I don't think he did. Because he didn't even like gay people. I'm sure that was the music. I don't think he wanted that, but I'm sure somebody behind the scenes was like, you know what, we're gonna play this music right here for Trump. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, but it's a good day. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited. I'm happy. I vividly remember 4 years ago when Trump came into office. I made a skit about how happy I was when Obama was in office versus how sad I was when Trump was in office. But now, man, it's like my spirit, I feel good again. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's doing good again. Listen, man, I'll let everybody know on Facebook. If y'all tuning in, you leave comments. We can talk. You leave a comment. I'll pop it up on the screen, and we can talk about what's going on. You know what I'm saying? This week, my homie, man, he backstage right now. He probably getting his hair together. Got to brush his teeth or something. You know what I'm saying? Here you go. Hey, listen, bro. Whenever you ready, bro, you give me the thumbs up, and I'll bring you on, man. We get this thing popping. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, but it's a good day. Listen, man. Listen, you got Kamala Harris, you know what I'm saying? She out there. This is the only inauguration. There ain't no people out there because the way Trump handled the what's the name, the coronavirus, you know what I'm saying? So ain't nobody out there. But the one thing I can say though, I'm watching, like I said, I'm watching it right now, and I'm talking to y'all. Everybody got on masks. Look, everybody got on masks. You know what I'm saying? People out there, they double masking. They wearing 2 masks. You know what I'm saying? Super safe. That's what I like to see. If everybody was wearing a mask from since last January, February, we wouldn't be in this predicament. You know what I'm saying? I'll be able to tell jokes in comedy clubs like I used to do. You know what I'm saying? But now we're in this predicament, bro. You know what I'm saying? All right, listen, where you at? Where you at, good brother? You let me know when you're ready. We're gonna bring. Oh, it's a thumbs up. Oh yes. Yeah, I'm ready for this one, man. I'm excited. This is my guy right here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know, man. On my show, I like to have people on here that inspire me. Like if you ain't doing nothing in the comedy world that doesn't inspire me, we ain't got nothing to talk about, man. But this good brother, man, he hasn't stopped. You know what I'm saying? The coronavirus has not stopped this man right here. You know what I'm saying? Very funny brother from Brooklyn, New York. You know what I'm saying? One of the hosts of the TJ Squared podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the very funny Julio Diaz, y'all. Put your hands together. Hey,
What's up, bro? How you doing, brother?
I'm good. How are you, man?
Good. I feel like I look extra pale on this connection, man. That's crazy.
That's how you always look, bro.
About to dim the lights. Jesus Christ.
Hey, look, you know what's funny? I was on a virtual show last night, right? And
Mhm.
one of the guys that they was doing they wasn't doing it on Zoom or on StreamYard like we doing it. On the website that they were on, they could control like the tint of their faces. They could control. It was crazy. I was like, oh, I might need to get that when I don't look too good in the morning. You know what I'm saying? But you looking good, bro. So you got the Dominican fro growing on there. I see you, man.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was trying to use the hair sponge for like the last 4 months, thinking that my hair, would coil up. And it did not, you know what I'm saying? So now I got a whole different routine. And I was thinking, like, I always had a fade. So I didn't know that there's routines to this. You gotta. So I looked up all these routines. They're all like 8-hour routines. So I saw one, the guy was like, easiest man curly hair routine. I'm like, all right, this for me. Guy goes, what you want to do is get in the shower for 3 hours. I'm like, 3 hours, bro. What's the point? This ain't easy. This is so now I just wet my hair and I pick it out with with a pick, and
Yeah.
however it lands, that's how it lands.
Just let it go. Just let it go. Now, look, hey, bro. Before we jump right into it, I want to let everybody know how I met you, man. It's a story I like to tell people, but I never told it on the show before. Probably like 4 years ago,
Yeah.
I got the chance to perform. The first time I've ever performed in New York was on a Sway in the Morning show. You know what I'm saying? And after I performed in the show, you was in the audience and you came up to me. You was like, "Hey, son, yo, B, listen." You know what I'm saying? Like you was funny. You was funny, B. That's my impersonation of New York nigga. You was funny. You know what I'm saying? And you show me mad love. You know, you show me love, bro. And I want to thank you, man, because you were the plug for me to like meeting everybody that I know in New York. You know what I'm saying? Like you opened it up. You introduced me to people. You helped me get on shows. You know what I'm saying? Like you a vital part of my. I'm not gonna say my success, but like you were a vital part of me getting to where I'm at. And I would say in today's comments, so I want to thank you for that, bro. For real, man.
Man, you already know, bro. You really you thanking me for something that was gonna happen for you regardless. You feel me? You were regardless of the fact you were gonna do your thing in New York. A lot of people like taking credit for being a connection. I personally don't. Um, and when I was playing basketball, I love to get assists and this like that. But you know what I'm saying? I never expect a high five for an assist. You feel me? You were gonna score regardless. You were gonna be on regardless. And if anything, bro, thank you for being kind to me that day, because one of the things in comedy that I found hard in the beginning was um, I didn't know how to approach people like you that were already doing something. Like, when I met you, you were on stage at 2 in the morning, right? So I'm coming up to you. You didn't even know I was a comedian or an aspiring comedian. I was at that point just a fan of comedy. I came up to you with the best way I knew how, was kind and humble. And I really was just trying to give you your roses in a sense, like, yo, bro, you was hilarious. You had me dying, this and that. And bro, you brought me out to Philly as well. You opened up that door for me to Pennsylvania as well. So thank you for being kind to me that day. Because some comics, bro, you give them their flowers and they're like, all right, and then they don't want to talk to you. So
Right.
thank you, because that was an actual connection you allowed me to make that day. Now I can say that I was friends with Alan Massenberg from PA, which I was. Even my father be telling me, how's Alan doing? So I appreciate you, bro. Thank you
Hey,
very
yo,
much.
your pops, you gotta tell your pops I said what's up. Your dad is the real one. I'm gonna tell you something. My dad, right? My dad has never seen me perform ever,
Mhm.
right? And like he's healthy, he's fine. He's never been to a show. Your dad has traveled state to state with you, bro. That's
Right.
heavy. That's a big deal, man. That's love. You tell your pop I said shout out to him, man, because he really he helps out a lot, man. He's like number one
Right.
fan. And it's always good to have that in your back pocket. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
Now,
fact, bro.
now, one thing you said was you was a fan of comedy. Now, what I didn't
Mhm.
notice is your Instagram name, like your Instagram bio, it says student of comedy. You know what I'm
Big
saying?
fact.
So are you why do you have that? Do you always like you're constantly learning, or where'd you get that from?
Man, I got it from basketball. So like when I was into basketball, there was always like be a student of the game. There's too many people that get comfortable in what they're good at doing. So I was a big guy. I was good at posting up, using my body. But then at some point, I was the biggest person from middle school to like sophomore year. Then
Mm-hmm.
at that point, there's somebody that's 6'9", and I
Mm-hmm.
was trying to body them up. So that was dumb. So one of the things I learned was you always have to be a student of the game in basketball, particularly because then there are other things that you can do to take advantage of those situations.
Right.
So in comedy, I feel like a lot of people they find, let's say, a flow, or they got like a couple of jokes, or they got a solid 5 minutes, and that's it. Then they start coasting off of that. But then what happens when they get to know you a little bit? Then now you're going through this process of now taking that 5 to 10 minute, but in the public eye, and that's always a little bit harder because people are used to you just winning, and now
Right.
you're sort of bombing. And but this is what it takes. So I was very affirmative when I came into comedy that I'm going to be a student of comedy. I don't care if you see me bombing. I don't care if you see me struggling. And I don't care if the last time you saw me, I did well. And then today I did bad, because those high fives are there for you when you win. And people don't want to look at you when you bomb. Bet. So be that. I will continue to stay a student, continue to practice what I think I should bring to the table or what I'm missing. And even if, like, right now I'm going up on 6 years soon, when I get
Mhm.
to 10, 15, I'm still going to leave student in comedy there.
Right.
20 years, I'm still going to leave it there because there's still other levels. And now I'm learning how to edit myself. I'm learning how to do this and that. So to the
Yeah.
T, I have been a student, at least to what I needed to be.
Yeah. So I agree with that, man. You're always constantly learning and trying to evolve. And that's something I want to touch on with you too, because growing and evolving during the pandemic, during the coronavirus, like I said in the beginning, you haven't stopped. You know what I'm saying? I seen you transition from doing like all the comedy clubs, all the bar shows, all that to wherever the microphone's at. Like I seen you doing shows in parks, rooftops, you know what I'm saying? Where where'd that come from? Like how did the whole just performing whatever come from? Because I know some people, and what I've seen you do is you produce shows. Not only you perform, you produce shows in parks. I've seen you go up to people sitting in the park and you be like, yo, we having a show. You want to come through? People don't do that. People are scared to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you get the courage? Or where does that come from to just to say it's whatever? I'm just gonna do it whatever.
Um, so like, in New York, it's hard to get into the comedy clubs. It's hard to get into the main shows, like these big shows that are run by big comedians. If they're not a comedy club, then you have prominent comedians throwing on shows, right? And
Right.
it's just hard to get on these shows because there's so many comedians. You have to show face, you have to do all this extra stuff. So when are you actually working on your craft? And it hit me like around year 2 or year 3 where I was like, damn, like I can go to these comedy clubs and wait it out there, but by the time I get an opportunity to shine, I'm not gonna deserve it because I haven't been working this whole time. I've just been showing face or being a good networker, which is
Right.
cool, but I've never worked. So I stopped, not necessarily stopped going to shows and stuff, but I just stopped going until I got up for the day, whether that be an open mic, this and that, or wherever I possibly can. And like sometimes there'll be an open mic at a Jamaican bar, and it wasn't comedy specific, but it was an open mic. It was online, and I would go
Right.
to it in Brooklyn and Nostrand Avenue and bomb hard. But yo, I felt really good about myself. Nobody wanted to fuck with me. Nobody wanted to talk to me. But I was, you know what I'm saying? In those moments, that's where you build character for yourself. Where you, just like you said earlier, I always had my father to have my back. No, I had to learn how to do that for myself when he wasn't around. or
Right.
you know, because in these moments you can't always depend on. And I'm very blessed. I'm not gonna say that, but you know, in these moments you have to learn how to be there for yourself as well. I think that's like one of the best gifts that I think I received from my parents was learning how to just, if you want to do that, then do that and support yourself. Don't let nobody tear you down, this and that. So I think that's where that came from because then when Corona happened, I was already bigging myself up. I was already spiritually up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So ain't nothing nobody could tell me back then. If I had on a mask and if everything was safe, if I was, paused while I was wiping the mic, so everything was safe, then there's nothing you could really tell me besides, okay, yes, I'll go watch, or no, no, thank you. Other than
Right.
that, my spirit, I've been yes ending myself for the last hard body 3 years. Like, yes, I'm gonna do that, or yes, it's
Right.
possible.
Right. I like the way you think right there. Now, like you said, you mentioned your father. Now, I am a father as well. So
Mhm.
on my show, I got a segment. It's called Questions from My Kids. All right.
Fire.
Now, that's exactly what it sounds like. Everybody know I got two daughters. They're 9 and 13, and I ask them every
Mhm.
week for help to interview my guests. You know what I'm saying? So I got two questions for you. Now, this the first question from my 9-year-old. She wants to know: is there anything you learned from school, like when you were in like high school or something, that you can use in your comedy? You know what I'm saying? Like anything.
So, how to coexist with people.
Ah,
You know, I went to public school in the beginning, then I went to a smaller Catholic school in middle school because public school is crazy. And then when I went to high school, it was a charter school, so it's sort of like a public school, but with just less kids in a sense. So I had it all public school where you go with everybody in your community, then a smaller Catholic school, and then a charter school, which is a more like you is selected. But
mm-hmm.
those schools really just taught me how to coexist. If you really think about it, bro, there's a lot of billionaires and millionaires that come from inner city, Brooklyn, Philly,
Right.
because you have to learn how to coexist with people. I think a lot of the people that are born into rich families, and I'm assuming because I wasn't born into one, but I'm assuming that a lot of them struggle with learning how to coexist. They only know how to talk to
Mm-hmm.
people in a sense of money, business, what satisfy me, what satisfy you. When you're born in the inner cities, there's none of that. There's bro, like you better learn how to be um
Right.
a reasonable person when you're on the train, when you're in school. Don't be disrespectful. Somebody will, fuck you up.
Yeah,
And you
you
have
gotta
to
learn how
learn
to
how to
talk to
demand
people.
that. Right. And I'm sorry if your kids are watching this. I've been cursing this whole time. So
It's
my
it's
bad.
fine. It's fine. My little one's right here. She's heard me say worse.
Oh,
So it's
my bad.
no, it's cool.
but
Look, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
but
yeah, people like that's one thing that I do say is like, when it comes to people like online, like they be arguing with people online and talking reckless, and I'm like, I really don't argue with people online because I've been punched in the face before, and I punched somebody in the face before, so it's like I know what's real. It's really arguing people and not being sociable is a detriment. You know what I'm saying? So growing up in the
yeah,
city definitely can teach you how to deal with people in real life. You know what I'm saying?
facts.
Now,
Learn how to
here,
deal with
here,
your emotions. Yeah.
right, exactly. Now, here is the second question from my 13-year-old daughter. She wants to know, how did you get into comedy? Like, what sparked it off for you?
So I was always into it. I was always watching stand up, but at a young age, I didn't think I could do stand up. But that's because I was judging my young self on an adult platform in a sense. So like I didn't think I was funny when I was younger because I had young minded jokes. And of course,
Wow.
adults thought I was immature because my sense of comedy wasn't what they would sit down and watch because it was maybe too much for them, right? So for many years, I thought I was corny. I thought I was just a class clown and somebody that in the moment I was funny. And then I had different jobs after college. I didn't really pursue college like that, so I just wanted to work. And then one day I got laid off for like 6 months, and I was trying to figure out what's my next move. And on the last day of unemployment for me, there was a show I was watching called Comedy Corner by Cypher Sounds, where he would
Hmm.
interview different people. And one time he mentioned that he was doing a hip hop improv class. So I was like, okay, I didn't think I could do improv, but a hip hop improv class, that sounds like it's more
Right.
towards inner city, whatever. So
Hmm.
I was like, all right, cool.
It sounds kind of cool. Yeah.
Right. So I was like, all right, cool. I looked it up, and I'm big on the secret. I'm big on synchronicity. I'm yes anding. Bro, I looked it up. The last day to sign up was that same day. So I was like, nah, it was meant to be. I signed
Yeah.
up, and in that class, I met Julio Rivera, Nick Trinidad, I met Tom Vieira, Evan Cumbes. You know, we did the squad thing for a
Shout
while.
out,
We
shout out,
did
shout out to all those guys, man. Shout out to them,
shout
man.
out, and that's really what it was. I did that improv class. The improv class didn't necessarily lead to the next step, but it led me to meeting the right people, connections. Everything in life is connections, coexisting, because
Yeah.
it really be the people you surround yourself with that will help you feel like, okay, I can go to the next level, or I can take this step because I have, a team behind me until you're ready to feel like that, inside for yourself, which I wasn't
Right.
back then. So they really helped me because then we started going to open mics. One of my friends was like, "Yo, I know you guys say you're not ready, but I'm gonna sign y'all up, boom, this and that." And then before all of that though, I was always writing down jokes or funny ideas since 2012. So from 2012, just writing down notes. Then in 2014, when I met them, 2015 is when I actually went to open mic. So I had 3 years prior of funny ideas that were just not flowed and connected together. So I
Right.
was ready to make that first step, which is failure. You have to fail. If you don't fail, that means you're sort of like giving what you think is presentable versus something that you actually would like to present. So
Wow.
yeah, every that's base. I know I said a lot, but
Yeah.
basically
No,
one
no,
step
you said
led
a
to
lot.
the next.
One thing you said that was important, I want everybody to understand is you said the people you had around you, they help you, like they help bring out the best in you. So a lot of people, they have like friends and they'll tell their friends like their goals or they'll tell them what they want to do. And they're kind of like, give them negative feedback or they won't big them up or boost them like they're supposed to do. So I think having those guys in your corner definitely helped you out a lot because they wanted the best for you. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
I've seen that firsthand. So shout out to those guys. Now, during the coronavirus, you started. Now I've noticed it online. You talent, y'all do these like little monologue jokes. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I think they're cool. I'm gonna play one real quick. I got one. I'm gonna play for the people. Give me 1 second. Here we
Okay.
go. Right here.
News, Bruce Willis was spotted in a Rite Aid without a mask. After being confronted by one of the employees, Bruce Willis said, "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker," and sneezed 3 times.
Hey yo, that cracked me up. You said yippee ki yay and sneezed 3 times. Listen, I look, I'm a huge fan of the monologue jokes. You know what I'm saying? That's something that during coronavirus, right? I decided I'm like, yo, I want to, because that's not something that I knew really what to do and how to do it. You know what I'm saying? So is it this time, like during the pandemic, is that the reason you started doing these, or is this something you've been working on?
So I had one of my aunts is a teacher, and she told me 4 years ago, she was like, if you feel like you're struggling with material, always watch the news.
Hmm.
Always pick up from the news, always because everybody is watching, or at some shape, form, way of another, they're either watching current trendings or this and that. Everybody is watching their form of the news, always.
Right.
So one of the hardest things in stand up is talking about personal things and making people feel like they can connect to it, even if they don't. But when you talk about current event stuff, there's a connection right away. You know what I'm saying? Even if your opinions differ or whatever, everybody knows what's going on. And if they don't, we don't talk to those people. Those
Right.
people
Right.
have, you know what I'm saying? We only if you're not in tune with what's going on in your community, even in your community, you better know at least what's going on in your community, on your block, if you're not watching, the bigger news.
Mm.
Um, so it was always something in my mind. And then shout outs to Tana Harris and Luis Galilei. We do a show together, and one day we met up at one of the shows we do at Baby Brasa,
Hmm.
and there was a delay because the COVID numbers were spiking up again, so we were taking a break. Totally understandable.
Yeah.
And I mentioned to them, you know, let's um let's link up. Would you guys be interested in doing the news? Because I wanted to do it on Instagram Live or Facebook Live, but yeah, I like I said, it's always good if you don't feel like you can do it alone. It's always good to find people that you're working with so that spirit really, working with people really just spiritually just it
Right.
helps you out a lot. So I asked them if they were interested in doing. They said yes. we met up the next week at shout out to my friend who's he has like some office spaces. He allows us to do it in the office space, and yeah, we picked, whatever news stuff caught our personal attention, like the Bruce Willis one. I was
Yeah.
a big Die Hard fan. I really, the Fifth Element, and to see him in Rite Aid with no mask, I'm like, yo, what are you doing? You go from saving us from terrorism to being a terrorist in a Rite Aid. What are you doing? Put on that mask. So, and the news
Yeah.
is fun. It makes you, and it builds on the next muscle, which is if you're not talking about stuff that's written or this and that, are you able to be boom in the moment when somebody heckles you or when somebody throws a topic out, or let's say you're on the road and you don't want to say the same 60 minutes because you get tired of it. You read the news at what's happening in whatever state you're in. Oh shit, bah, bah, bah. Now you have another 20 to 30 because you worked on that. You worked on that. You worked on that.
Right, right. And you're 100% right about that. Like for me personally, yo, I used to say like, yo, I'm not getting no topics from the news. All my jokes are gonna be about my real life and about me. I was completely wrong. Like I was completely wrong. And you're right. Like when you talk about a topic that's already relatable, it takes half of the work away because half of the other half of the work is trying to get people to relate to what you're saying. You know what I'm
Fact.
saying? So like when you in a comedy club and you're talking about if a heckler says something, that's why when you doing like material off the top of your head in the comedy club, like about a heckler or about the room, it works so well because the trying to get people to relate part is not there because they already relate because they're right there with you. You know what I'm saying? So
Fact.
the current event thing is definitely a good move. You know what I'm saying? Now, speaking of current events, yesterday, because Trump last day was last night, Trump pardoned a whole bunch of people. You know what I'm saying? He
Mm-hmm.
uh he pardoned he pardoned Lil Wayne. Uh, look, Juan Carlos said Julio out here dropping jewels, you know what I'm saying, dropping them gems. Shout out to Juan.
Shout out to Juan
So look,
Carlos.
Lil Wayne got pardoned, right? But he had to take a picture with Donald Trump and kind of come out and support him. I don't know if his support was real or not. Lil Wayne got a shady history with politics anyway. I don't know. But here's the question for you. If you were facing 10 years in jail, would you take a
Mhm.
picture with Donald Trump?
Hey, let me tell you something. It's either take a picture with Donald Trump, do your 10 years in jail at however old he is after the lifestyle that he's been living, millionaire,
Mhm.
or you snitch. He ain't snitch on nobody. Then he throw himself under the bus, and now you can never see him the same again. Yes, but let me tell you something. He's already had years of people saying like, okay, from 2000s to like 2010, 11, some people would consider him the GOAT, or they were highly praising him, right? Then
Yeah,
around
yeah,
2012, he started doing all the skateboard shit and the
yeah.
rock music. And I'm not saying that's not him, but there's a lot of people that didn't support that. So what I'm saying is the level of acceptance from the audience started diminishing. So where he's at now in his career, it's not the same earlier. Would he have done the same move in the early 2000s? No, which is why he went to prison. I think in 2012, this and that. But at this age, I don't know, bro. I think I would have done the same shit. I don't care. I'll take a picture of him and be like, Donald Trump done supporting everything in Brooklyn. You kidding me? Don, this is just my cousin. I don't know, bro. It's hard. Life is hard. That's why I don't get into trouble, and that's why I don't have guns. But if I did, I might take that picture too. Are you kidding me? Hell yeah. And then I worked. I'm glad it worked for him.
Look, man, listen, man. If all it had to be was a picture, I'm gonna take the picture. I'm not doing 10. I'm not doing 10 for a
10 years is
picture.
a
Now,
lot.
what Wayne needs to do is he need to drop a whole mixtape talking about how he don't like Donald Trump. That's what he need to do.
Facts.
He got the
Can you
drought 1, 2, and 3. He need to drop the Donald 1, 2, and 3. That's what he need.
Can you take away a pardon? Like if he dropped the crazy mixtape, like, yeah, that's why your wig is fake. Can he take away his pardon? Like, you know what? 10 years. Here, go right. Can you do that?
I don't think he can. He out of office now. He about to get impeached. So I don't think that he can. You know what I'm saying? But I think Lil Wayne need to check that out first. He need to Google that before he dropped the mixtape.
Word. That's a fact.
Oh man. All right, look, man. Before we hop up out of here and everything, I know everybody want to watch the inauguration and all that. What are your comedy goals for this upcoming year? What do you want to do?
Self-sufficiency has been my strongest goal. Um, I love working with people, but I think emotionally I get really into it, and it causes me to long story short, I don't want to ever feel like I am asking for too much from my friends, from the
Mhm.
people I work with. Like I swear to, I'm not just saying this. You have always been an inspiration to me because look, you have your own mass hysterical show. Even if the people that you work with are not around, you're not stagnant. You know, you keep putting yourself out there in some shape, form, way or another. So that's been my biggest goal. That way I can be a true friend, a true teammate, most importantly, but also, I want to feel like, that if I wake up tomorrow and none of the people I work with are available, my ship is still sailing.
Right.
I'm still good. No stress in my heart. So yeah, self-sufficiency. I bought myself a camera. It's not
Mhm.
the best camera, but it's something to work with.
Right.
I bought myself hard drives, a laptop, and stuff that, I can record myself, do something productive.
Mhm.
And yeah, this year just self-sufficiency. Continue to grow in comedy.
Right.
With no expectations, which is why I don't necessarily have a step in comedy. Like, oh, I want to do this, do that. Especially in the time we're living in, it's COVID times. You should have no expectations. You have no clue where the world is going. But as long as I feel like I was still at sail, I'm good. And that's my biggest goal for 2021.
Bro, I think that's a great goal. You know what I'm saying? It's very attainable. You know what I'm saying? And you definitely want to be self-sufficient, man. Like for me, man, like one of the biggest reasons why I do the Mass Hysterical show is for my mental health, for my own sanity. Because when I can't perform like I want to, I go crazy, and everybody around me is affected. You know what I'm saying? So like I just do this. I do this for myself. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you got to do. Is you got to do what's best for you. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a great goal. You know what I mean? Julio, anything you want promote and tell the people before we get out of here, bro? Anything?
Yeah, if you guys were interested in what I was saying, you could catch me on the TJ Squared podcast. Squared is spelled out. I'm on IG. My IG is right there. I tag the podcast there. Shout out to the people I do the podcast with, Julio Rivera, Nick Trinidad. Their IGs are also on the podcast page. And shout out to Luis Galilei, Talon Harris, Jared Harvin, and anybody else I've ever worked with. Most importantly, oh well, shout out to my family, but shout outs to you. Thank you, Alan Massenberg, for having me on. And bro, thank you always, bro. You were very kind to me from the first day I met you till now. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
Yo, bro, I appreciate you too. I want to thank you. I want to thank everybody for watching and tuning in. And you already know, bro. You know I'm around. We got a link. I want to hop on some of the monologue joints for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm
So I'm around.
with
I'm
it.
around. I'm gonna definitely hit you, and I'm around. You know it. So I appreciate you again, bro.
Fact.
Take care, man. Peace.
Likewise, bro. Be safe.
You too, bro.